Sparse attention promises a simple bargain. Stop looking at every old token, and long context becomes cheap. But at 1 million tokens, DeepSeek Sparse Attention reaches a paradox. The attention operation is sparse, yet the tiny lightning indexer that chooses the sparse tokens consumes 90% of a layer's decoding time. The shortcut has become the bottleneck. This paper asks a systems question, not merely a modeling question. Can selection remain accurate while becoming friendly to real memory hardware, reusable across layers, and cheaper than a flat search? Start with one query at the right edge of a long token rail. For every earlier token, the lightning indexer compares a query vector with a key vector, clips negative matches with ReLU, and combines the indexer heads into a saliency score I sub t, s. Then argtop_k keeps the k highest scoring positions. The core attention reads only those selected KV entries. At a 128k context with k equal to 2048, that is about 98.4% sparsity. The catch is that choosing those 2048 positions still begins by scoring the entire prefix. The baseline breaks in two different places. First, the winning token positions are scattered. The hardware must gather isolated KV vectors instead of reading a continuous block, so the measured effective HBM bandwidth falls to roughly 4.5% of peak. During training, scattered gradient writes can also collide and serialize. Second, the selector itself keeps scanning the whole prefix. For one decoding query, that cost grows linearly with context length. Across every query in prefill or training, it becomes quadratic. From 4K to 1024K tokens, indexer latency grows 27 times, while sparse attention stays near 1/10 of a millisecond. LongCat Sparse Attention, or LSA, does not replace the learned indexer with one new trick. It composes 3 orthogonal moves. Streaming-aware indexing reserves predictable contiguous regions, repairing memory locality. Cross-layer indexing runs one selection for a small group of layers, reducing repeated work through distillation. Hierarchical indexing first chooses promising pages and only then scores their individual tokens, shrinking the flat top K problem. Keep the token rail in view. The first move rearranges which parts are guaranteed, the second reuses the same selection in depth, and the third changes how the remaining candidates are searched. The first move starts from an empirical regularity. Full attention does not spread its mass uniformly across a long prompt. A few earliest tokens behave as attention sinks, while recent tokens form a strong local band around the query. In the paper's 8K token analysis, the sync plus sliding window regions capture about 83% of attention mass, both across query positions and across layers. So LSA treats this pattern as structural information. Instead of spending the entire sparse budget on unpredictable retrieval, it guarantees the beginning and the local neighborhood, then leaves the middle of the context to learned retrieval. Now the set equation has a concrete meaning. The selected set S sub t is the union of 3 disjoint pieces: sync tokens, the sliding window, and dynamically retrieved sparse tokens. The production setting uses 16 sync tokens and a window of 1024 tokens inside a total budget of 2048, leaving roughly the other half for dynamic selection. The indexer runs top K only outside the fixed regions. Those guaranteed regions are contiguous in memory, while the sparse branch preserves long-range retrieval. The design is not pure window attention. The ablation shows that making 100% of the budget fixed damages long context quality. The algorithmic split becomes a hardware split called hybrid sparse attention. One non-blocking stream handles the dynamic sparse branch. Another handles the contiguous sliding window branch. Online softmax statistics merge their partial outputs without changing the attention definition. In the backward pass, having the scattered branch also cuts gather and scatter traffic and lowers the chance that cores fight over the same gradient cacheling. Measured on the core operator, this reaches up to 1.91 times forward speedup and 1.73 times backward speedup. But at very long context, the indexer still dominates, so locality alone cannot solve the whole problem. Look down the depth of the model instead of along the token rail. Adjacent attention layers do not choose identical top case sets. Their average overlap is only 57.4%. Yet the earlier layers set still covers 93.2% of the next layer's attention mass. That distinction matters. Matching every selected index is unnecessary if the reused set preserves nearly all important probability mass. Cross-layer indexing therefore groups consecutive layers. The first is the owner layer, which runs the indexer. The following reuse layer receives the same selected positions and skips its own indexing pass. Similarity across layers is not enough by itself. A normal indexer is trained only against its own layer's attention distribution, so simply deleting every second indexer at inference makes the owner serve a target it never learned. On the 128K needle retrieval test, naive two-layer reuse falls to about 70% accuracy. Distilled two-layer reuse reaches about 96%. Even a distilled four-layer group reaches only about 82%. This failure is useful. It shows that cross-layer indexing is not a cache shortcut pasted onto a trained model. The shared selection must be learned as a shared responsibility. The training change is compact. For a group beginning at layer L and containing n layers, the CLI loss is the sum of the indexer distillation losses for layers L through L plus n minus 1. Each term compares the same owner indexer's scores with a different layer's true attention distribution. The owner therefore learns the joint saliency pattern of the group. At inference, it runs once and broadcasts one index set. The default group size is n equals 2, which halves forward indexing passes without measurable quality loss. The three multi-token prediction steps form a separate group of size 3 because their draft tokens are later verified. One indexing pass is still expensive at extreme length. The obvious picture blames millions of query key dot products, but the paper profiles a subtler death point. Global top K selection runs on slower vector units and dominates the indexer, while score computation uses high throughput matrix units. A flat selector must rank candidates from the entire prefix. At 1024 K tokens, the flat indexer takes about 192.7 milliseconds in the paper's representative prefill operator test. Hierarchical indexing asks a familiar database question: why inspect every book if a cheap directory can first identify the promising shelves? Use a toy rail of 32 tokens. Divide it into 4 pages of 8. Inside each page, divide again into subblocks of 2 and cache the mean key of each subblock. For one simplified query, suppose the 4-page scores are 0.3, 1.5, 0.4, and 1.6. The course stage keeps pages 4 and 2. Formally, each page score reuses the Lightning indexer's query, headweights, relu, and dot product, but applies them to mean keys and sums the subblock contributions. Top M over pages creates a recalled token set. Recall here means permission to enter the exact stage. It is not the final attention choice. Expand only the recalled pages. Inside those pages, the original token level score is computed without approximation, and a final top case sparse tokens is selected. Our Toy Search ranks 4-page scores and then 16 token scores instead of ranking all 32 tokens. In the deployed configuration, page size P is 128, sub-block size B is 8, and M is 1024 pages. The selection complexity changes from order L to order L over P plus M times P. At 1 million tokens, that means about 139,000 selection entries instead of more than 1 million, before accounting for implementation overhead. The directory is not free and it is not lossless. At 32K through 128K tokens, hierarchical indexing is actually slower, around 0.79 to 0.82 times the flat baseline, because the course stage adds work before the candidate budget saturates. It turns beneficial at 256K and reaches 4.11 times indexer speedup at 1024K. A more serious risk is irreversible recall error. If a sharp positive key is averaged with an opposite key, the page summary can hide the needle, and the exact second stage can never recover a page it did not receive. LSA therefore enables HI only for long prefill, bypasses it in the first 4 indexers, and uses a generous 128K token recall budget. The 3 moves compose because they act on different axes. Streaming aware indexing leaves dense warmup unchanged. Its partitioned selected set and full selected set supervision matter during sparse training, and SI is also used at inference. Cross-layer indexing changes supervision across model depth and trains with the model. Hierarchical indexing changes only the inference algorithm. It adds no parameters and stores cached block means. In the release recipe, dense MLA is converted to LSA at the 128K training stage, then continues through 256K and 1 million tokens with SI and CLI. HI is switched on only for long prefill at inference, never for decode. The speedups must be named carefully. Against DSA, LSA reduces single attention layer training latency by 1.53 times at 32K and 1.61 times at 1024K. End to end, it reports 1.42 to 3.6 times faster prefill and 1.25 to 1.4 times faster decoding, depending on context and serving configuration. The 4.11 times number belongs only to the hierarchical indexer operator at 1024K. It is not the whole model. On Helmet, the 69B model scores 59.02 with LSA versus 58.5 with dense MLA, while standard knowledge reasoning and coding results remain broadly comparable. The needle in a haystack case gives the clearest behavioral picture. A question at the end must retrieve one key value line among many near identical distractors. The learned selection emphasizes the task instruction, the target line, and the recent question. Across sampled layers, its overlap with dense attention's exact top, 2048, is only about 0.56 to 0.66, yet it retains roughly 0.95 to 0.98 of dense attention mass. That is the right mental model for sparse attention. It need not reproduce the dense ranking token for token. It must preserve the few positions carrying most of the useful probability mass. Taking a step back, LSA's philosophy is selective regularity. Fix the regions whose importance is predictable, teach neighboring layers to share what is stable, and use a hierarchy only when the search space is large enough to justify it. The bounded result is substantial compute savings with nearly lossless quality across the tested scales. But every token still stores a KV entry, so the total KV cache footprint is unchanged. Partitioning and offloading reduce pressure per device, not aggregate storage. LSA tames the act of finding memory. It does not compress the memory itself.